everybody, this is Sue, Scrupp Happy Thrifter, and
Mr. Peach.
We are here today to cook. What are we making, Jack?
Something in an Instant Pot.
We're making
chowder.
Fish chowder.
Yes.
Fish chowder in the Instant Pot. So I have a recipe here, and we got all the ingredients together. We're going to actually do the prep work and the cooking and everything. We're going to wing it. Okay, we haven't made this recipe. I did look it over, but you know, we've been using the Instant Pot for a few months now, and we love it. So we decided to start sharing what we're cooking. So today is going to be fish chowder. All right, so we're going to pan the camera down. The cameraman has to go and pan the camera down to show you the ingredients. So what we will need, that's showing the Instant Pot. Oopsie.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. We're going to get this going good. All right, I can just lift this up.
Amateurs.
You need bacon, 3/4 of a cup of chopped bacon. We need an onion. We need some celery, and I will put the recipe down below. Some celery, some potatoes, which I already peeled to save time. Chicken broth.
Sorry.
We're gonna get this right. This is gonna be like a uncut, just the way it is. All right. So chicken broth, butter. We had in the freezer that we had to use up some tilapia and some flounder. So that's just what we're using. And we also need corn, we use kosher salt, and heavy cream is in the refrigerator. And the spices that we're going to be using, the minced garlic, bay leaf, thyme, and Old Bay. All right, so that is the ingredients.
Not an advertisement.
No. So we will pan up again on the camera, or just a little bit. There we go. Right there's good.
Enough so it doesn't cut off my head. Oh, cut off my head.
It's going to cut off his head. So what we're going to do is, so the bacon needs to be diced. So this is what we do. I have a kitchen scissors, and it works wonderfully.
I got them right here.
We have a second pair.
I'm cutting off the tops of the
I'm
packages.
just going to get a second bowl out so that we can put the bacon in there. So we need 3/4 of a cup. This is how many slices here? 1, 2. We'll start with 2 slices and see how much that comes to. We buy the thick cut bacon because that's what works really well.
Oh, yes.
So I'm going to use my other kitchen scissors, and I'm just going to cut this.
You don't want to use these? These are heavy duty.
Those are better. These are not that good. We will go to those scissors.
Let me finish chopping this up.
So,
there you go.
So I just literally cut it. All right. And a lot of times we don't measure exact. It depends. Now this one says, 3/4 of a cup. I'm cutting these about maybe a 1/2 inch or so. You can get the Instant Pot turned on.
We need a studio monitor so I can see the screen without looking at it.
Oh, right. Well, once we get really good at this, this is the first time we do one of these videos.
So we're setting the hot pot onto sauté.
Instant Pot.
The Instant Pot. Yeah, sorry. And it doesn't matter what we set it to for time. It's not going to take that long.
Actually, I'm going to do one more. That might be more than 3/4 of a cup, but I'm just going to do one more because we like the bacon.
We like our bacon.
In the food. It is really good. So, once the Instant Pot gets hot, the directions say to cook the bacon in butter.
Wow.
Cook bacon in butter until
we're not
crispy.
going to do that.
We modified this recipe also because I wanted thyme and Old Bay seasoning, and this recipe didn't call for that. So we've been cooking with it enough that we can kind of, wing it.
So no cayenne, huh?
And combine it. We can put a little bit in. It's
right
still out. Yep. I don't like the hot stuff, the hot spices.
I think it gives a nice mouth warmth.
But we will put a little bit of cayenne in
small
also.
amounts.
Yeah. Alright, so that's getting hot.
I hear it.
You can hear it. And the bacon is ready to go.
Here we go.
Alright, so
What?
we're going to pan the camera back down. In the meantime, I am going to be cutting the vegetables. Okay?
Bacon.
Put the rest of the bacon back in the
We'll let that sit for a bit.
refrigerator.
We'll go back to watching Sue.
I can. Alright, so I'm going to show you some of the tools that we use. For instance, for the potatoes, I have this thing, okay, if anybody who's been watching my videos knows me, I got this from the dumpster. I have about 3 of them. They are awesome.
Not all from the dumpster. Some we actually bought at Goodwill.
Oh, Goodwill. I think I bought one at Goodwill. Alright, so I'm using they have a smaller blade like this, but I'm using the bigger one. Alright, take the potato. It really doesn't matter. Should I cut it in half? Yes,
I usually do cut it in half.
Jack has a particular.
Yeah,
So,
I like to slice it, long way.
oh, the other way?
Yeah, next time.
Like this? Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, yep. There we
But
go.
put that strain on the cutter.
So, I can actually put it in there. And the potatoes, or vegetables, I use this for my onions, potatoes, or, I don't use it for the celery. Is it too big? Nope.
Perfect. Perfect.
So, I like I said, it comes out, it's just fast and easy. And all the pieces come out exactly the same.
Mostly.
You're probably going to have a little bit too much potato, but that's okay. You want to put it in here. Empty it.
Our potatoes were on the tail end of their usefulness.
Yeah, so we decided just to use them all. So little.
So little.
This one too, actually. Yeah.
Okay, whatever. It's good.
Uh-oh. Lost my thing.
So what?
So, alright, so that's the potatoes. Next, we'll empty that. I'm going to do the onion in the exact same way. So awesome, that chocolate. It works really well. And giving the bacon a stir. Alright, so cut this onion in quarters.
You call a potato here on the side.
Yeah, it has a little thing that you can take stuff out.
It's on the side. I think it's potato.
Alright, so next we're going to do the onion in the same way. And the celery, I'll just chop that celery up. Okay, I just quartered that onion. Ooh, that bacon smells good. Alright, so the celery, I'm gonna dice it with a knife.
Too much of my arm in that. I'm going to stand over here.
Easiest way to do it.
There. Much less arm. Bacon's looking nice.
Smelling good.
Looking good and smelling good. Go back over to Sue and her chopping. Oh, plus the camera.
Okay. So, we got the onion and the celery. So, after that's done, I'm going to add the onion and the celery, cook it for 3 minutes. Then I add the garlic kind of after that. I don't like to add the garlic right off the Instant Pot.
What's that? I have them all.
This one.
Oh.
This one.
I'm fired.
Alright, so in the meantime, what I'm going to do now, since all the vegetables are, the potatoes are going to go in after, so I'm going to start measuring up the spices. We just measure them up in a little bowl. So we're going to need a bay leaf. Let's see if I can't get a full one out of here.
What you doing?
Can't get a full one, but that's okay. We'll take some pieces.
Yeah, you're okay.
There we go. Alright, so that's a bay leaf. There we go. Alright. And then we need a teaspoon of the Old Bay. 1 teaspoon. There's the teaspoon. And a tablespoon of thyme. And salt and pepper. Doesn't say how much. I'm going to add about a teaspoon of salt and not quite, maybe 3/4 of a teaspoon. And pepper, fresh ground pepper. And I'm just going to eyeball it. Get that in there. Okay, and a little bit of cayenne. Very little. I don't like a lot. So I am just going to... I'm going to sneeze. The pepper is going to make me sneeze. Oh, goodness. So I'm putting about probably 1/8 of a teaspoon. Because I don't like a lot. So, there's the spices. And then once the bacon is cooked, it says we're going to add, sometimes they have you take it out, but it says you can just add, do you want to take it out, the bacon? Or add the vegetables? You usually take it out, right?
Yeah, because you don't want it boiling in with the
yeah.
liquid. If it's all
So once the bacon's cooked,
pushy.
which it's not quite cooked yet,
Nope.
then we're going to add the celery and the onion. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add the celery right to the same thing that the onion is in. So we have that. So there's that. So then we'll cook up that, and then oh, the kitty's getting a pill, and the kitty doesn't like a pill. So I'm going to put in here a couple tablespoons. We have all these cute little measuring things, these cute little dish things, little bowls, and it's great to like pre-measure your stuff and put it in there, and this way you don't even have to worry about it when it comes time to putting it in. It said 2 cloves of garlic, so I just put a couple, like a tablespoon and a half. Okay, so let me just give this a little stir while Jack's giving Peter his pill. The nice thing about this, it's like, seems like it's sticking and stuff, but once you put the liquid in, it's still not quite done yet. So we made homemade hummus yesterday with the dried chickpeas and cooked them in the Instant Pot about 35 minutes. And then we bought a food processor yesterday.
This is what's left of the roasted red pepper.
Roasted red pepper.
White bean
White
hummus.
bean hummus, yes. So we made artichoke and spinach hummus. And we also made roasted garlic. And we roasted our garlic. We have a garlic roaster. We roasted our garlic. We didn't have quite enough for the roasted garlic. It should have been more, so I put garlic powder. But you use the chickpeas, tahini, olive oil, and then lemon juice, and then I added the artichoke hearts and the spinach. Oh, it was artichoke and spinach. It was so good. All right, so this is almost ready, and once it is, we'll take it out, and then we'll add the butter, and we'll leave the bacon fat in there, and we will add the butter. We need 2 tablespoons of butter.
Probably be good if we left the butter boil out the water before we start cooking everything else. Make it like ghee, where there's no water in it.
So once we do that, we'll cook the vegetables for about 3 minutes.
It's super close.
And then we're going to add the potatoes.
You got a little cup for me for the bacon.
A bowl?
Yeah. Bowl, cup, whatever.
Like this one?
Underneath the orange one, there's a small one. You can use that. Thank you very much.
Itchy eye. So then we'll add the potatoes, the fish, which the fish is thin. I'm just going to cut it up as we're waiting. I should be able to cut it. It's still a little bit frozen, but it cuts really easy. So
just remove from film before thawing. So we haven't exactly thawed them.
And I have a bowl, and I'm just going to toss that in this bowl.
Allow me to help.
Yep. That's right. So like I say, I'm just chopping this into kind of bite-sized pieces. No real science to it. But this is like frozen fish that we've had for a little while. And no. We'll see. Still, it was vacuum seal.
Hey, I would call that bacon and ready to rock and roll.
All right.
Need more fish yet?
Got just a couple more left. So it said a pound of fish, and what we have is about 1.5 pounds. But that's okay. You know, extra's good.
Yeah, this whole thing is a little bit off recipe.
Right.
Okay.
We kind of use the recipe for a guideline as far as how long to cook it and how long to pressure cook it for. That's
Kinda.
You know, kind of a guideline for us. So, right.
Yes, getting out the bacon is kind of a pain.
Yeah. Grab the last of the fish.
We're good. Is that where's that butter going in here?
Right there.
And there's the bacon. Isn't it beautiful?
Yeah, look at that. fish being chopped up. And
it says add onion, garlic, and celery. Are you holding off on the garlic?
no, I don't, because I don't want them to burn. We'll add it toward the end.
Oh, okay.
Alright, so
We're actually going to wait until the butter boils out. So there's no more water in it. American butter.
wash off the knife. Wash off the cutting board. Spoon. We usually tag team it, so I like.
Usually I'm cleaning.
Yep, Jack's cleaning while I was just gonna say that. Jack's cleaning while I'm adding the ingredients and doing other things. And kind of rinse off dishes. And it works out really well. Alright, so there's that. Alright, so.
Alright, looks like the water's out.
So we'll add the onions and celery. Give that a couple minutes and then I'll add the garlic. I don't like to add the garlic. I'm always afraid it's going to burn.
I don't worry about it. I stir it around enough that it doesn't really have a chance.
Okay. Then,
Gotta get everything properly coated.
so 6:50, so about a couple minutes on that. So this, we're done with this. Put that back in the refrigerator. I put a little bit of the cayenne in there. So we'll let that cook up a little bit. You want to
Oh,
pan
sure!
down? We're going to see if we can't pan down here. There we go. That's the onions. Can you smell it? Oh my gosh, it smells so good. And see the bacon stuck on the bottom? It's not, you know, it deglazes itself with all the stuff that you do.
Yeah, by the time we're done, there's very little left.
Yep,
typically.
exactly. Exactly. So there's that. We'll let that go for another couple minutes. And we will add the garlic. Then we're going to look at the recipe again.
Sorry, we're not like Julia Child. We don't have it all prepared to the side in another pot. You just pull it out.
Yeah.
That's not how it works.
Like Julia Child.
Yeah, we don't not like her.
But we could drink wine while we're cooking.
Yes, we can. Would you like that?
We'd like to drink wine while we're cooking. We usually do that, actually. Okay, so then we're going to add the potato, the corn, the fish, and the broth. And it's going to pressure cook for 5 minutes. And we're going to shut it off while we're pressure cooking and kind of do the second half when it's done pressure cooking. Because there's no need to hang out for 5 minutes while it's pressure cooking.
Oh, that's right. That
So
would be boring.
We're at 24 minutes right now. And we got another... We can add the garlic now. Okay. We got another couple minutes, another minute or two before we pressure cook it. So this is start to finish. The only thing we did off was we peeled the potatoes. So other than that, we got the stuff ready, which is what we do. And basically within 45 minutes, start to finish, we can have a hot soup.
We made that squash soup in like 15, 20 minutes.
We had squash, butternut cauliflower soup. It was so good. And that actually only took us, because that was with frozen cauliflower and squash, that only took us that was less than a half hour. Because all we did was cook the onions.
And we spent a lot of time debating on how to make it less chunky.
Yeah.
So we wanted to stick it in the blender. It worked good.
Yeah, I still want to get one of those immersion things at some point.
But now we have a food processor.
We bought the food processor yesterday.
Stick that in there and give it a whirl.
All right, another minute or so with that. Then I'm going to add the rest of the ingredients. The corn, the fish, the potatoes, the broth.
So when do the spices go in?
Yeah.
With everything else?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I can add them now, actually, seasoned with salt and pepper. So let's add those spices.
I'm just making sure I finish the deglaze here, so that way we won't get a burn.
So we'll add the spices. He's going to mix up the spices with those. Okay. Gotta get them all.
What are we poking on?
Then I'm going to add...
Ooh,
that smells so good.
That Old Bay is strong.
All right, I'm going to add the corn.
The corn is magically drained.
The potatoes, the fish.
Bread. Just getting the rest of the taters here.
We actually got a lot in there.
Stir it all around.
We'll add the broth, which is 4 cups, and that's the whole container. If I can open it. There we go. Alright, you want to pan down with the camera again? We're going to pan down and show you what it looks like so far.
Sorry.
Out of control with the camera!
Really sloppy tripod here. Geez, could you take longer?
And we'll put the bacon in after, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Alright, so there we go. That's all that we're putting in so far.
Looks like we have a little piece of onion here. You gotta keep the mechanism clean.
So, then we're going to put the cover on the Instant Pot. See if I can't bring you around.
Okay, so now we take
Put
it
the
off.
cover on.
Take it off the saute. I don't want to step in front of the camera.
Oopsie.
And we have our lid. Goes on top, as most lids do. Oh, beat off. Alright, so then we pop it up to pressure cook.
5 minutes. Not 6 hours. I know. It's very sensitive.
It goes the wrong way.
Yep.
5 minutes.
Yep. High. And start. And now, whoopsie, we look at the light.
And now we take out the wine.
Now we take out the wine.
Have any wine left?
Yes, we have 2 bottles of wine. All right, I am going to see if I can't put you on pause while we wait for that to pressure cook, and we will be back. Bye.
Moscato, is it?
We're back. So, the Instant Pot can take sometimes, 15 minutes or more to come to pressure, depending on what you have in it. And so we had the fish was cold, the vegetables were cold, the potatoes were cold, the corn was room temperature. So it just came to pressure now. It only has to go for 5 minutes, but I did have you on pause for it was good 15 minutes or more. But that's typical. So it depends on what you have in the Instant Pot, how long it's going to take to come to pressure. So now it's only 5 minutes on pressure. So, the wait time is what, is probably the longest for anything, is waiting for it to come to pressure. Certain times when you have liquids, primarily tomato sauce, you're going to get something that says burn. It'll read out burn as it's coming to pressure. you're going to see burn. It happens with us every time almost that we use tomato sauce. Couple of remedies, and we've looked this up online. Couple of remedies. One of them is you can add more liquid. And then, you know, they say that you add the tomato sauce on top, but you really have to stir everything. So it's really, you know, it's still going to be all over. So,
well, if you wait until after you've stirred everything before you add the tomato sauce, that might work.
Yeah. So basically what we do, when it does stick, when we see burn, we open it up and we give it a good scrape on the bottom. We have a wooden, you know, spatula. We scrape it. It does not literally burn your food. It doesn't taste burned. Doesn't smell burned. The tomatoes do stick to the bottom, but again, it's not like you're gonna ruin whatever you have. And we have had it go off 4 or 5 times.
The thing, what it is it can sense that there's no heat transfer going from the heating element up into the pot.
Yeah.
And when it sees that, it throws up that mess.
And it does, it starts sticking. But don't panic. Don't panic! Because, again, you just need to get in there and scrape the bottom really good and do it every time that it says burn. You can add a little extra liquid if you want to. We did that one time, but the other times we've always just scraped it. Put the cover back on, wait a minute, and wait a few minutes. If it says burn again, and eventually it will stop doing that. Again, 3-4 times, sometimes you got to just be persistent. Scrape it really good, put the cover back on, but your food is not ruined. It does not taste burned, it does not smell, it's awesome. So that's one slight thing, but it's common. We just, the first time we saw it, we said, oh my god, do a search. So we were, you know, searched to find out exactly what to do, and there was good information online, and that's where we actually learned, you know, add liquid or just stir it.
The most important part is to try to get the deglaze complete before you put any more ingredients in it.
He's not close enough.
Just turn it more.
You gotta come closer.
Just turn it more.
I don't want to turn it more.
There you go.
There we go.
That wasn't hard.
So yeah, so you just have to, you know, make sure. Yes, we are drinking our wine.
Moscato.
Barefoot Moscato. I have to have ice.
1 minute.
Mine has to be cold, and I can't drink very much anyway since I had the weight loss surgery. I'm just not a lightweight, so that's why I add a bunch of ice to it. And I drink maybe a glass. Most of the time I don't even finish a glass. This is a small glass. I'll probably finish it. So.
2 each their own.
Yep. But, you know, that's... So, this has got a minute left.
You probably want to move those papers.
And, yeah, I brought these out. So, once that's done, we're going to... Oh, you want to start doing the roux?
Yes.
So, this is what we do.
It's not a roux. It's
No.
thickened
So
cream.
we have, it says 4 cups of heavy cream, and it says, we add flour. This said organic potato starch, but we just use flour. So what Jack does is he has his
4
whisk.
cups? Really?
2 cups.
Oh.
He has his whisk. I said 4 cups, sorry. He has his whisk.
Okay. Pardon us, we're going to have a little noise here.
Okay, so let me just... Noise and steam. So, I'm going to measure out 2 cups.
Hold on. We're going to juice up in a minute and not pick up all that noise. So we're going to move way over here.
So I'm going to measure out 2 cups of heavy cream.
Wait a minute. I'll get my little whisk.
And then Jack's going to add a tablespoon of flour and whisk it up
Maybe 2.
so that it's nice and once you see the how much what this looks like once it's done depressurizing.
Ooh, smell that fish.
It smells so good. So once we see how much it's depressurized,
Little whisk.
how much liquid is in there, we're going to know how thick to do it. And we're probably going to do 2 tablespoons of flour.
Yeah.
Probably. Again, we've been doing this for a few months, not a super long time, but we've actually learned some really good techniques, what works for us. And so the whisking the flour into the cream works really well. It's just...
You going to throw that in here?
All of it?
No. Keep going. Keep going. Oh, come on. Keep going.
Oh, you're going to go over the edge.
No, the whisk doesn't.
All of it.
Yeah, all of it's good. Yep.
All of it.
All of it. Alright, let's get the stuff away out of
So
it.
pour it in the bowl. And
Right.
then he's going
have
to
my
add.
tablespoon and the flour.
Let's see if I can't bring you down.
How's my hair? It's awful, isn't it?
No, your hair's fine.
Oh, good.
Jack has a problem with his hair. Poor guy. Can you come over here? Right here would be good.
Sure, wherever you want to put it.
Right there. Oh. So he's going to whisk that flour in. He's got a tablespoon to start with. And that's going to make it so there's no lumps when we add the cream. And then it's going to thicken the liquid that's in the Instant Pot.
Definitely need more.
Yeah. I agree. 1 to 3 tablespoons is basically what you're looking at. 2 to 3
I think
for this amount.
It's about 1 tablespoon per cup of cream.
Yeah. So this is 2 cups of cream, so it's going to be 2 tablespoons. So this actually smells. The fish smells really good. So it's almost done. The pressure's almost done being released. Oh, there it is. So.
Yeah, this little silver pin that drops down when it's done releasing pressure. That allows you to then open
take the cover off.
The lid.
Once he's done doing his little mixture here.
It needs more.
A little more. Oopsie.
It's not thick enough.
Oh.
You want to take the top off and see how much liquid we have?
Ta-da! And there it is. What were you using for a spoon? I'll just use this, doesn't matter. That looks fabulous.
Take a lot more.
Wow, it's going to be a lot.
Chowder's got to be thick.
Alright, so he's still thickening it up, putting the flour.
Fill it with the flour.
But look at that. We're going to add that heavy cream. We don't need to turn it back on.
This is where we add the bacon back in?
Yep, we can add the bacon back in anytime.
I'm watching you.
Oopsie.
None of that better not wind up in your mouth.
That one was good.
Okay, I think we have achieved appropriate thickness.
Then we're going to add that to this and stir it. I mean, we can put it on sauté to
Don't need to.
just to actually bring it to a simmer. You don't have to, but I'm going to do it anyway. And that will
Remember, the fish is already cooked.
thicken it up more.
And stirring you do will destroy the fish.
Take out the rest of that bay leaf. So we'll
These
just
are consumption dishes here.
right here, yeah. We'll just let this come to a simmer. Got flour all over the counter. But that's okay, because that's what happens when you're cooking.
We're going to take these bay leaves out, or are these?
I took them out.
Okay.
So I'm just going to let this come to a simmer here so that we can see if we can't get a little thicker, which it will thicken up. But look at that. I mean, does that not look fabulous? In just that amount of time. Just that amount of time.
Yummy.
It's just starting. I can hear it starting to boil a little bit. And like I say, we'll just let that, because that cream was cold. So we'll let that come up to a boil to thicken up. You want to get the oyster crackers?
I will do that.
We have some oyster crackers.
Oyster crackers.
Oh, it
Oyster.
smells so good.
Oh, it stinks. Where are the oyster? Oh, they're in the bottom.
I don't know, I saw them, but I don't know where. They're in a Ziploc bag. Maybe in one of those boxes that you have to pull out.
Oh, maybe.
Box on the left, maybe. So there, that's
Oh, there they are.
coming to a boil.
Premium oyster crackers.
Oyster crackers. And the other thing too is it will thicken up after
As it cools.
as it cools. Exactly. So
Are you all set for wine?
I'll actually have a little more. I won't drink it now, but I'll drink it later.
It's not like those expensive screw top ones. It has this stupid piece of plastic you got to stick back in.
All right.
I think they call it a cork.
We are ready to dish this up.
Okay.
My Fiesta bowls, and I'm actually going to stop it now. Press cancel. The other thing that we do is we have the big wide mouth jars, the canning jars, lids, and after we're done, we put it in the canning jars, stick it in the refrigerator, and it's good to go for a few days. Or to bring to somebody, which I did. I brought some, another piece of beef. I brought some, we made chicken corn chowder, and I brought it to my dad.
Canning jars.
Yep, and we have a,
And I gave one to a friend of mine. He's a single guy. He's like 75. I go into his computer stuff.
yep.
He thought it was fabulous.
All right.
What you better? I see you want to follow?
Yes, please.
You got it.
Here we go. Some for me, some for Jack. Some crackers.
And our fancy silverware and that does smell really good. That's nice. Just the right amount of potatoes. Even order more than it calls for. Oh, yeah, nice.
Got my crackers. We usually eat at the table, but you know, we're right here with the camera, so we're gonna try it right here.
Thanks for watching.
Yep. Alright, so
Sorry you can't have any.
it's gonna be hot. Let's give it a try.
Sorry you can't have any.
Don't want to burn mine.
She was all worried she wasn't going to be able to watch her video.
Mothership Auctions.
She loves that show.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
I like a lot of oyster crackers. I'll leave mine sit
Really
for a
good. Alright, so
bit. That does smell good.
alright. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you liked it. give us a thumbs up, share with your friends, comment, let us know. I'm going to put the recipe down below. And we want to do more cooking together. We do a lot of cooking together, but we want to share it with you guys.
That would be really cool.
Yep. So I think this will be fun. So I think we're going to try to do this maybe once a week or so. We'll see. We'll wing it. But I hope you enjoyed our chowder. Thanks, everyone. Bye.